All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you back to another edition of Ohio Tech Day TV with Ohio Tech Day presented by Meta and brought to you by Ohio X. We are very, very excited to have a wonderful group of folks here with us today to have a fun conversation on all things in the world of artificial intelligence. So, with me, I have Nicole McCaffrey, who is the head of marketing and engagement at the Responsible AI Institute, and Cathy McPhillips, the Chief Growth Officer at Marketing Artificial Intelligence Institute. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, uh, artificial intelligence, it's a buzzword, something that any and everyone talks about today. There's lots of angst, lots of curiosity. What exactly is artificial intelligence? And I'll come with that question first to Cathy.
So, our company says that AI is simply the science of making machines smart. And that's a definition that we use a lot. It's from Demis Hassabis, who is one of the co founders of Google DeepMind. And it just really means that the computers are getting intelligent right along with us. I think it's plain and simple like that.
Nicole, care to elaborate any differently?
Honestly, I think that's a fantastic definition. I think at its core, it's just, using computers to, kind of make decisions that a human would typically make. So right in line with Cathy.
Absolutely. So there are lots of folks that are interested. How do you break into a career in artificial intelligence? And you both have had interesting pathways to do what you're doing. Nicole, how did you end up at the Institute and walk us through a day in the life of what you do?
Yeah, sure. So my journey into AI was a little bit roundabout. I actually entered the tech universe maybe about 12 years ago, starting in cloud computing. And one thing that I really gravitated towards was the notion of marketing emerging technologies, which is kind of how I landed in the AI space. And let's see. So I have been with the Responsible AI Institute only a few months. I spent the last 6 to 7 years in the AI design and development space with a Ohio-based consulting firm, AI consulting firm. A day in the life of, there's nothing that's rinse, wash, repeat, I think, about what I do, because AI is changing and growing and everything's coming so quickly. I feel like there's no boring day. Nothing's ever the same. A lot of what I do is trying to stay on top of, current trends in AI, and kind of, to piggyback off what Cathy said earlier on, it's, how as a marketer can I take these, pretty technical concepts like machine learning and computer vision, natural language processing, and how can I make those approachable for everybody, really, and especially in the business space when we're talking across an organization. So we're talking to presidents, to CEOs, to chief marketing officers, to project managers. So you want everybody to be able to understand, the concepts easily and in layman's terms.
Cathy, I'll ask you the same question. How did you get into a career in AI, and what does your day-to-day look like?
It's interesting. I'm a journalism major, as are most of our company. We're coming from a marketing agency background or marketing background. And I started my career in Cleveland at 2 agencies and went off and did my own thing for a long time. And what brought me to the Institute, aside from knowing Paul, for our CEO, for over a decade, was I was very interested in seeing how these tools could help me as a marketer. So, and when I was at an agency, when I owned my own business, I was always marketing other products, other services. So when I came to the Institute, our product really is our event and our online academy, things that we're trying to sell to marketers and businesses. What I didn't realize is the impact that AI would have on me as the marketer in our business. A lot of my day now has been, my day-to-day has shifted because I am now using tools to augment some of my work. So I'm really focusing on things I love doing so much more than I did before. Some things you just have to do to get through your day with your job. and some things you love. And I have more of the time now to do things I love because I have these tools helping me do things I didn't know how to do before. So it's really interesting how much that has shifted.
That is amazing, and I'm sure many people would be surprised to find out how much artificial intelligence impacts their daily lives, whether at home or with work. Nicole, I'll ask a different kind of question of you. So with Ohio Tech Day, we spend lots of time interacting and promoting activities that young people in the K through 12 space are doing throughout the day to kind of celebrate where Ohio is and where Ohio is going in the world of tech. What does a career pathway look like for a young person that may be interested in getting into an AI career field?
There's so many different career pathways, and there are so many different career opportunities, I think, within the, AI space, the tech space. And I think, there are a lot of us who, landed on this path in unconventional ways, right? But there's so many different roles that touch AI. There's, the technical roles like data scientist, machine learning engineer, computer vision engineer. There are project managers specific to AI, but then there are tangential, roles like something that Cathy and I would have where, we're touching more of, kind of the marketing piece of it, and how are we talking about AI, knowing that it's, kind of emerging so quickly and everything's changing so rapidly. So I don't necessarily think, yes, there are career paths like data scientists, which, maybe are a little bit more becoming more sketched out, and that's through universities, that's through things like boot camps for people that may be looking to, kind of change careers. But I think for this particular audience, there are traditional, college pathways that will get you into these kind of technical careers. And then again, there are things like I'm doing, or even a sales role where we're talking about AI kind of, to a broader audience. I know that that's, a pretty verbose way of getting at it, but I hope that gets at what you're looking for.
Sounds like there are lots of opportunities and lots of different ways to use different sets of skills.
So many.
Absolutely. Cathy, for individuals that may sit between the fence of skepticism and optimism, how can we sort of evangelize the message of the wonderful things that artificial intelligence can do to enhance the lives of individuals, and to be able to do it in a fun, creative, but responsible way?
I think if we look back to the time of when the computer first came out, when the internet first started, and everyone was in a little bit of an uproar, like, what does this mean? Am I going to lose the human connection? Am I going to lose my job? All these different questions we had. I think that's where we are with AI right now. And just realizing that AI really isn't, it's just smarter technology. So if you just take out the word AI and replace it with smarter, it's the same thing. I think people just need to get that scary. It's not the robots are coming to take over. We need to be responsible. So stick with Nicole. But I mean, we just really need to focus on what it can do for us, what it can do with us, what it can do right alongside us, and not be so bogged down in the words artificial intelligence. So I think there's a lot of things we could do, even something as simple as jumping on a chat GPT, and whether you're using it for your business or to find a recipe or something very simple, what's something in your day-to-day life you can see, what can this tool do for me? And just know that that's one of thousands of tools out there. So if you figure out a use case in one particular area, like, I wonder if AI could help me do this. I wonder if AI could help me do this. I'm using it to make Spotify playlists. I'm using it to, like I said, look up recipes. I'm writing some emails to some of our business partners. There's so many ways you can be using it that are very, very simple and safe. I think it's a good place to start.
I agree. And I love innovation and technology that causes us to answer some questions and ask even more. I think that's how you arrive at a new point. So closing out, 30 seconds for each of you, maybe a word of encouragement, some lasting thoughts, anything to those out there that are watching Ohio Tech TV today. Cathy, we'll start with you.
So I was told when I was in high school that I couldn't be good at both math and science, and I was. I mean, math and art. And I said, well, I am. You know, how can I use that? And they said, there really isn't a career that you can use both of those skills. Well, I am every single day. So it's really important to trust your gut, trust your heart, go with what you love doing, and create your own space. Create a place where you're going to thrive and really stick to what you love doing, because it's important and it's valuable, and we all have our roles in our careers.
Nicole, parting thoughts and wisdom.
Yeah. So, I think the thing that I kind of keep coming back to is really pay attention to what you love to do in school. Your career lasts, a handful of decades. So you want to do something that you're passionate about. So really kind of pay attention to what are the things that you're good at? What are the things you really enjoy doing? And don't be afraid to explore a career that you're passionate about.
Absolutely. Well, definitely appreciate you both from all the wisdom that you guys shared. Clearly, critical thinking, creativity, and problem solving are going to have the opportunity to give us a brand new whole world that artificial intelligence can bring about. Make sure you all continue to check out Ohio Tech Day TV. We have lots more riveting conversations and plenty things for you to come back and share. Ladies, thank you again for joining us today, and we will see you next time.
Thanks so
Thank you.
much.